Alright, before I get started with my presentation today, my name is Morgan Darling, and I chose option 2 where you create an instrument. Alright, let's get started with the presentation. I decided to name my instrument the kitchen percussion. Its slogan is Rhythm from the Galley. Hello everyone, my name is Morgan Darling, and I am here to present the latest percussional innovation to date. We're going to begin by sharing a video of what this kitchen percussion looks like. It is made of 7 pots, each a variety of different pan pot sizes and different thickness and textures. You might be asking, Morgan, what's the purpose of this? Well, the purpose of the kitchen percussion set is to add some funky, unique beats to any song or piece. Instead of using a classic drum set with different items to strike it with, we considered using a different item to hit. As you saw, we used a pencil eraser to hit pots and pans. We drew a lot of this inspiration from the Blue Man Group, which was a group started in 1982. They use all sorts of different items and things you find around the household, like PVC pipes. They've used oil barrels, brooms, all sorts of things. And I'll show you an example. Now, another group we kind of drew inspiration from, as a Generation Z, we grew up with High School Musical, and I vividly remember the scene in High School Musical 2 where Troy, the main character, is in the kitchen and they have a little instrumental break, and he starts banging pots with some spoons, but they were hanging in the air, and I was like, what if instead of making it difficult and having to hit the pots up in the air, we do it on the ground, and we just hit them on the ground. So drew some great inspiration from Troy, and here's a little clip of that in case you've never seen it.
Let's work it!
Now, onto the frequencies. As you can tell, the vibrations come from the metal part of the pots and pans. I discovered that each thickness brought a different sound, so many of them, I had one cast iron, one skillet, and the rest of them were just like a regular regular metal-ish kind of thing, as they were bought all together in the same set compared to the rest of them, which weren't. Depending on what surface they were on also affected the vibration and how long the vibration went, like the wavelength of it. And so I decided to do it on the carpet because I didn't want it to keep going. I would like it to be very abrupt and stop after one hit. This instrument belongs to the percussion family, as you can see, as it can create a beat by being scraped, struck, or rubbed by a hand or struck against another similar instrument. A pencil, I wouldn't say is an instrument, but it made a great sound, and it was really enjoyable to listen to. Some difficulties and issues I encountered making this. Boy, were there some. It was a bit difficult distinguishing what order the pots to go in for an ascending scale because I wanted it to go up and go back down, as you saw in the video, and it was just a bit difficult figuring out which one was which. I don't have a good ear for music. I am more of an athlete, so it was a bit difficult. It was difficult finding what tool to strike the object with to get the right sound. I've tried multiple spoons, forks, knives, all sorts of stuff, and I decided the rubber part of an eraser was the best and safest bet to go with. The last really big issue that we had was this understanding. It was the thickness of the pot that made it sound different, not the diameter of each one. So if you look back at our scales, you can see that one of the bigger ones is put for second, and some smaller one is on the last one. It was about the thickness of the material, not necessarily the diameter. Lastly, I would qualify this instrument to be put in the 20th century music. As you saw with the Blue Man Group and High School Musical, they create a very funky kind of style to it. Lots of just like experimental artists would use it. I wouldn't necessarily say I would find someone at a concert using it. Yes, the Blue Man Group made it work for them, but it's not going to work for every single group. All right, that is my presentation. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope y'all like kitchen percussion.